Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing something. This is a bike that I just recently picked up. It's almost May here, and I saw this at the local thrift store and decided to pick it up from my wife. I want to do some bike riding this summer. Um, that being said, what I'm going to be showing you today is just when you go out and you see, whether it be at a garage sale or swap meet, or I got this at a thrift store, a lot of times you see these bikes, and they're rad bikes, especially this one. These are not cheap bikes. I think new they go for about 700 bucks. So the point is, when you see them in these places, they're used, and a lot of times they're neglected, and the paint job will show that. There's scuff marks, there's whatnot. That's all just a shame. But they can be, if you've never done it before, it's kind of difficult to figure out what's gonna work to get something clean, so that it's up to you. If you want it to look new, you can get it looking new, but most of us are just wanting it to look clean. So let me show you what I do to get these bikes clean. What I'll usually start with is simple stuff. Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. These are great. They actually work really well for this kind of thing. Hopefully you're not getting a glare from the packaging now. But yeah, these work great for taking those little scuff marks off. You'll be surprised how far you can get with just these things. That one's the Mr. Clean. It has a little bit of, I think, soap in there. It's working fine. I've already done like the back fender and a little bit of this, but typically I just use the ones that don't come with the soap, and those have worked fine for me as well. But let me get you a closer look at what I'm talking about. Alright, so you can see all of these kind of scuff marks, and this is the magic eraser. Be careful when you're doing this. You can see how effective it is in removing those blemishes, but you don't want to apply too much pressure. And the reason I say that is you can begin to bite into your paint, which on some of this deep stuff, I'm applying a little more pressure, and that's probably just what's going to happen. Is I'm going to end up biting into the paint just a little bit, which it doesn't take the whole color off, but what it'll do is make it not shine. It'll have kind of a matte look to it, and the reason I warn you about that is because if your paint does not have that sheen on it, that outer layer that's protective, it'll make it easier for it to get dirtier quicker. which means you'll be doing this often, and that will wear out your paint sooner than it otherwise would be. All right, so with that, I think you get the idea. It's still not perfect, but that is a night and day difference over what it was just a moment ago. And you've done so without significantly damaging your paint or using any harsh chemicals on it. Sorry, I've got just another scuff here on one of these bars. And this is a brand new shop rag that I'm using, meaning there's no chemicals on it or anything. It might leave behind some of those red lids, but I'm gonna rinse this whole thing off with water before I get in here with that buffing wheel, just to bring back a little bit of that shine. So all of that will come off, but I'll try and wipe this off clean so you get some idea. Okay, so hopefully with that you're seeing how effective this process actually is. I wanted to talk about just a few things. It's part of the reason I use this process is, one, it actually works, and two, it can be hard to find this info. A lot of these kind of things, even for guys who do it quite often, it becomes a thing of trial and error. What that comes down to on a practical level, trial and error means you're going to try quite a few expensive cleaning products. You could easily spend $50 before you find something that's going to work to the level that you want it to work. And there's a chance that you will not even be satisfied with what you're doing after $50 and a lot of time spent. So, I don't know. I figured this could be useful information to people, especially in this situation. What this is I went and bought a used bike, wonderful bike, but it's a used bike, and I'm giving it, it's not anyone's birthday or anything, but I'm giving it to my gal as a gift. I don't want to give her gifts that are crappy or that, maybe the bike feels good when you're riding it around, but if it looks janky and you're not proud of it, well, that just sucks, kind of. So, if you're, let's say you come across a wonderful bike at a garage sale, whatever, and you want to give it to your kid or your niece, you want to know how to get it back to a condition they're going to be proud of, to where they look at it and go, wow. So, anyway, I hope it helps some people out there. I've got quite a bit of work to do here. I'm not going to have you watch me do that. It just seems like a waste of time, and this video is getting too long as it is. What I will do is I'll just continue with this, and when I come back, I'll show you the process of actually buffing it out. In this, what I've seen so far, it doesn't look like I'm really getting into this paint much, in part because this is as I said, these are expensive bikes. They actually use a high quality paint, which is nice. So I think when I do it, I'll probably use a bit of rubbing compound and probably just a microfiber cloth. Those things are two things. One, cheap and readily available. So you can take a trip down to the auto parts store, spend $20, and you will have what you need to finish this bike. So let's get to it. Okay, so I am not completely done with this bike with the cleaning, but I do have someplace I've got to be in a little while. So just for sake of getting this thing done, I'm going to show you what I'm using here. Again, I just went down to the local auto parts store and I got this Turtle Wax clean cut rubbing compound. Just a standard microfiber cleaning cloth, and the reason I have this so bright, I have a light shining on this because I want you to see this is, it actually looks fine, but it's just dull, and I want to show you. Don't do this in direct sunlight or anything, just have a good light source on it. Just because whether it be your bike or your car, whatever it is, I think the instructions on there even say not to do this in the sunlight or while your car's paint or your bicycle's paint is warm. Takes a little bit of elbow grease since you're just doing it by hand, but this is just that rubbing compound. Nothing special. Rubbing compound and a rag, and that dullness that was there comes right out of the paint. I typically rub it into the finish a bit, as you see, rub it a little vigorously, and then kind of buff it with the dry clean side, or even with another dry clean towel. And that sheen will come back. As you see there, you see the amount of light that's reflecting now. This is the part that was just buffed, and I got a little bit of streakiness there. See if I can get rid of that. Anyway, you can see how easy it is to bring back that sheen to the finish. That compared to, I have not done, well, I'm sure you can see I have not even finished with the fender yet with the cleaning of it, but dull, shiny, you know, dull, shiny, dull, shiny. So that's it. I hope that helps.